What's the situation? In 10 days, I will travel through. Zhao Hao's head was suddenly stunned. For a moment, it seemed as if 10,000 horses were galloping fast. He never thought that the long-awaited time travel welfare was finally caught up by him. In front of his eyes, a light curtain suddenly appeared. Traveling through the countdown, 239:58:13. Whether to open the crossing simulator. Hey! Taking a deep breath, Zhao Hao adjusted his excitement. Although he is an otaku, he usually only has two hobbies, playing games and reading novels. Zhao Hao had fantasized countless times about the occurrence of time travel, so at this time, Zhao Hao quickly calmed down and began to think about what he should do. Crossing through the simulator. This thing should be my cheat, turn it on, turn it on. Following Zhao Hao's opening command, the text on the light curtain in front of him began to change slowly. Ding dong, the crossing simulator is now open. It is detected that the host is about to pass through the fantasy world, and the system automatically acquires the talent of immortal cultivation. Currently available talents for cultivating immortals are: Talented 8 Fights, Born with Disabilities, 10,000 Demons, Butcher's Son. Only 3 talents can be selected from the following talents to start the simulation. Zhao Hao checked the 10 talents that appeared randomly, and decisively selected 3 talents. 10,000 Demon Embryo, Golden Talent increases physique by 50, increases defense by 20%, increases aptitude for fist and soul exercises by 50, and doubles the speed of cultivation of evil ways. The Butcher's Son, Blue Talent increases physique by 10, strength by 10, and intelligence by 20. Slightly improved for murderous immortals. The talent is high in 8 buckets, Blue Talent intelligence plus 30, so talented, can be exported into chapters. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is on. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever. On the same day, you left the village and walked towards the mountain. The next day, you were on your way in the mountains. You didn't find any food along the way. You were hungry and thirsty. You had no choice but to sleep in a broken temple at night. Unexpectedly, there were monsters in the temple. You had no power to fight back. You died. Ding! This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a kind of immortal cultivation talent every day and extract it into the real world. The simulation is cancelled. The simulation time, 2 days, the system cooling time, 2 minutes. Zhao Hao looked at the simulation results on the light screen in front of him, his whole body was cold, and he suddenly felt that the world of immortal cultivation was very difficult to mix, and there were crises everywhere, which was far from today's harmonious society. He had just selected the 3 best talents among the 10 talents for cultivating immortals, but he never imagined that in the world of cultivating immortals, he would live for only 2 days. If this really crossed the past, wouldn't he be directly cool? However, when Zhao Hao saw that he could permanently save a cultivator talent into the real world every day, his heart still moved in an instant, and he hurriedly asked the system. System, what is the matter of extracting immortal cultivation talent? Ding dong, please note, host, after each immortal cultivation simulation is over, you can extract a required cultivation talent from it and transfer it to the body in the real world. This talent can be brought into the next immortal cultivation simulation, and does not occupy the cultivation talent column. Please note that you can perform countless simulations every day, but you can only extract 1 immortal cultivation talent. When the host successfully traverses, the system will be automatically upgraded, and the cultivation talent can no longer be extracted. Zhao Hao quickly got up from the bed and started pacing back and forth in his room. According to the system's prompt, that is to say, he still has 10 days to prepare, and he can travel to that fantasy world with 10 immortal talents. Thinking of this, Zhao Hao began to tremble with excitement. Originally, the fantasy world was so dangerous, and he had no hope for his future and destiny, but now, he saw the dawn of survival. so, I can enter that fantasy world with 10 talents for cultivating immortals. Although I didn't cultivate at the beginning, with these 10 talents, I should be able to grow up very quickly. Suddenly, Zhao Hao thought of a very critical matter. He now has a golden talent. If he extracts it, and a better talent for immortality appears in the simulator in the future, what should he do? So hurriedly asked the system. System, can the extracted immortal cultivation talent be replaced? Ding, the host pays attention, the immortal cultivation talent can be replaced no matter how many times on the day. If the host does not extract the immortal cultivation talent that day, the opportunity will be forfeited. What time is the standard on this day? Host, pay attention, everything is based on the time on the countdown, and 24 hours is a day. Zhao Hao looked at the countdown panel beside the light curtain. Crossing the countdown, 2:39:35:23. There are still more than 23 hours left until the next reset of the cultivation talent. Then Zhao Hao began to silently calculate according to the information given by the system. What I want to do is to open more immortal cultivation simulators, find the best immortal cultivation talents, and then match them with talents that are easy to die, so that I can get immortal cultivation talents as quickly as possible. Otherwise, if I successfully practice for decades, my golden finger will be destroyed. Wanting to understand this, Zhao Hao stood still, wanted to understand everything, and said directly to the system. Let's keep the talent of golden immortal cultivation first, and 10,000 devils are born. Keeping one of the best immortal cultivation talents at present will not be a loss after all. Ding, the immortal cultivation talent has been extracted. Zhao Hao was a little stunned, he didn't feel any change in his body. This is the end. Just after he finished speaking, Zhao Hao's expression changed instantly, his body began to tremble wildly, and muscles appeared on his body instantly. The original height of 1.8 meters suddenly collided with 2.2 meters, and his whole body began to emit various evil auras unconsciously. The heart beat faster and faster, Zhao Hao could hear the heartbeat clearly. I rub it, it's too painful. Although Zhao Hao felt that his whole body was full of strength, the piercing pain was also very painful. Fortunately, this feeling only lasted for a few minutes, and Zhao Hao's body completely adapted to this talent. Yes, although this evil aura is a bit annoying, but it is powerful. I don't know how much. Zhao Hao clenched his fist and punched the floor below. Boom! There was a loud noise, and the extremely hard floor was directly penetrated by Zhao Hao's fist. Zhao Hao's fist was directly inserted into the ground. When he pulled it out, there was no scar on his fist. Fortunately, I live in a bungalow. If I live upstairs, I won't scare the people downstairs to death. Zhao Hao looked at his fist and said with satisfaction. Ding dong, the immortality simulator has cooled down, do you want to start the simulation? Start the simulation. The immortal cultivation simulator is on. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the immortal cultivation simulator. Currently you can choose the talents of immortal cultivation, fighting madman, born with disabilities, good water, extreme survival, as light as a swallow. Zhao Hao took a closer look. He was completely uninterested because of his white and blue talents. I randomly selected 3 luck and started the simulation. 10,000 demon embryo, golden talent increases physique by 50, increases defense by 20%, increases aptitude for fist and soul exercises by 50, and doubles the speed of cultivation of evil ways. Battle madman, blue talent strength increases by 20, and attack speed increases by 10%. Natural disability, white talent strength is reduced by 10. You are born without an arm, so you can practice some special exercises. Light as a swallow, blue talent agility is increased by 10, and the speed of practicing light power is doubled. The immortal cultivation simulator is on. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianwu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. On the second day, you accidentally acquired an unknown swordsmanship book at Widow Zhang's house next to Ziahe. You worked hard to learn, because you are talented and smart, and have many gift bonuses. You quickly became a master of swordsmanship. On the third day, you practiced day and night, and finally felt a little bit of sword chi. You felt that you could do it again and became a martial arts master. You began to gain confidence, pack your bags, and want to get out of the mountains. On the fourth day, you deliberately found the ruined temple where you died last time, and killed all the little monsters in the ruined temple, but you didn't expect that there was an evil enshrined in the ruined temple. You just wanted to escape, the evil god. Open your eyes and you're dead. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 4 days, the system cooling time, 4 minutes. I'm wiping. When Zhao Hao saw this result, he almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. This time, his performance was not bad. It was much better than the first 2 days. He survived for 4 days. But why is my crossing place so dangerous? It's either a monster or an evil god. Although he died again, this time the system gave a lot of information. In the Immortal Cultivation Simulator, you can operate according to what you know. During the simulation, for example, the first time he did not know that there were monsters in the broken temple, but the second time he knew it, but Zhao Hao thought about it according to the calculation of the simulator. With his impulsive personality, he will do exactly the same thing as a simulation. Zhao Hao began to collect the information he knew. Next to the small river, Widow Zhang has an unknown swordsmanship book at home, and there is a small river next to the village. Can I consider leaving the village by water next time? As Zhao Hao pondered, the cooldown of the Immortal Cultivation Simulator also ended. Ding! The Immortality Simulator has cooled down. Start the simulation. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is on. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently you can choose the talents of Immortal Cultivation, Wealthy and Famous Family, Born with Disabilities, Son of the Mountain, Body of Water Spirit. Suddenly, a dazzling light appeared in front of Zhao Hao. The Golden Legend. Not right. It's the Red Immortal Talent. The Mahayana Holy Body, Red Talent add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Without any hesitation, Zhao Hao directly chose this hard-won red cultivation talent. This talent is so fierce, don't live in it for too long. Yes, it's paired with 2 talents that can quickly die. Although you have the talent of red cultivation, you still have to rely on death to obtain more information. Natural disability, white talent strength is reduced by 10. You are born without an arm, so you can practice some special exercises. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Doom ridden, blue talent luck -100, you are cursed by bad luck. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianwu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great cultivator and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains. You didn't choose to act rashly. You wanted to leave by water. Village, you start cutting down trees and making rafts. On the second day, your raft was finished. You sneaked into Widow Zhang's room and found the nameless swordsmanship. On the third day, you are very talented. Even if you broke an arm, you have learned swordsmanship quickly. It only took a day for Yu to read the book www.yuyuganshu.com, and you realized several swords chi, and the swordsmanship is complete. On the fourth day, robbers came from outside the village and wanted to rob your village. You killed the robber with Dachan swordsmanship and obtained a slashing iron sword. On the fifth day, you started to go down the river on the raft, to the unknown distance. On the sixth day, the small river merged into the big river. Your raft was almost washed away by the waves. You saw many shadows in the river surrounding your raft. On the seventh day, you saw a broken pier. You chose to go ashore from here. There is no way. The shadow under the raft is too scary. After you just landed, your raft was directly hit by a big fish. Smash! On the eighth day, you were wandering in the wasteland, and you haven't seen a single person for a long time. You are tired and hungry, and you want to find some game, but you can't find any. On the ninth day, you were besieged by a group of wolves. Fortunately, you mastered your swordsmanship and killed all these wolves. You solved the problem of hunger and removed all the wolves' skins. On the 10th day, you finally saw a city. You exchanged some money for a jackal's skin and found an inn to rest. On the 11th day, when you were eating at the inn, you heard the discussions of the people around you, and only then did you know that there was an immortal sect accepting disciples nearby. On the 12th day, you went out to inquire about the news, and finally found out that there are two teams of immortal cultivators in the city. One team is the disciples of the evil ghost sect, and the other team is the disciples of King Yunman. After observing for a long time, you finally thought that the evil sect might be better mixed, participated in the assessment of the evil ghost sect, and passed it smoothly. On the 13th day, on the way to the evil ghost sect, your Mahayana sacrament was exposed, and your house was seized by the leader of the nascent soul. You died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 13 days, the system cooling time, 13 minutes. Well, it's okay, I thought it was going to soar into the sky, and I started practicing Taoism. It should be the credit of that bad luck. It was bad luck that he died. However, the matter of the Mahayana Eucharist must not be known to those who cultivate, otherwise, whether it is a decent or an evil sect, I am afraid that it will be taken away from me. System, extract the Mahayana holy body. Ding, immortal cultivation talent, the Mahayana holy body has been extracted. Zhao Hao instantly felt that his body began to shrink, returning to his original 1.8 meter appearance. There was a sound of something shattering in his ear. Then he opened his mouth directly, and a stench of black blood spurted out. Zhao Hao's whole body began to change, his eyes and hair began to emit golden light, and his body's muscle lines became more and more obvious. After about 10 minutes, the light gradually dissipated. Zhao Hao now feels that his body is smoother than ever before, his blood contains sufficient vitality, and his whole body is full of strength. It was a feeling he had never experienced before. In terms of appearance, Zhao Hao has also undergone earth-shaking changes. In his eyes, there are faint flashes of golden light, showing that he is different. Originally, the dark circles under the eyes, kidney deficiency and other symptoms caused by staying up late for a long time have all disappeared, the waist is not sore, and the legs are not sore. The Mahayana holy body is really powerful. It is much stronger than the 10,000 demon embryo, and it can even cure kidney deficiency. Zhao Hao got up and cleaned the black blood that had just spewed out from the ground, and then he felt extremely hungry. She quickly turned on her phone, ordered a takeaway, and asked for a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of Coke. Soon, the takeaway was delivered. It was 5 fried chickens. The moment when Zhao Hao came into contact with the delivery man. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Zhao Hao's expression remained unchanged, and he slowly closed the door. System, what does this white immortal talent pool mean? Host, Please note that there are not many talents for immortal cultivation in the system. You can let the system capture more new cultivation talents by contacting other people or things. Only then did Zhao Hao nodded. He planned to go out for a walk in a while to collect more talents for cultivating immortals. Afterwards, he opened the steaming fried chicken, served it with iced cola, and started to eat it beautifully. Zhao Hao didn't eat it until now, but after traveling through time, there may not be such delicious food. It's delicious. Sure enough, fried chicken with Coke is a delicacy in the world. Soon, Zhao Hao ate the 5 fried chickens, patted his stomach with satisfaction, and started lighting a cigarette. It's cool. Well, I already have a red talent today. It's better to go out and collect more talent. Anyway, even if you get it, you won't be able to extract it. After eating and drinking, Zhao Hao changed into clean clothes and left the room directly. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The blue immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The blue immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Zhao Hao walks on the bustling streets of the city, and wherever he sees a lot of people, he goes there. However, most of those who expanded in were low-level cultivation talents like white and blue. After walking around for a long time, Zhao Hao still didn't feel tired. After finding a random restaurant and having a good meal, Zhao Hao went home satisfied. Today, I am finally simulating one. System, start simulation. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is on. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently you can choose the talent for cultivation, Gourd Little King Kong, Just Play, Carry a Jade Pendant, Left Hand. Zhao Hao took a look and chose 3 talents. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Carrying Jade Pendant, white talent, unknown Jade Pendant, I don't know what it is useful for. Just Play, white talent, all basic attributes are halved, and the mortality rate is increased. Gourd Little King Kong, purple talent, add 50 to the physique, and the appearance has always been in the form of a dwarf. The simulation begins. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. On the second day, you feel that you are not suitable for walking by water. You read www.yuyuganshu.com to explore the mountains near this village. By the way, I sneaked into Widow Zhang's house and found the nameless swordsmanship. On the third day, you are very talented, and you have learned swordsmanship quickly. In just one day, you have realized several sword chi, and your swordsmanship has been accomplished. On the fourth day, a robber came and obtained the iron sword. On the fifth day, you decided to explore the mountain and deliberately stayed in the mountain to break the temple. That night you first killed the monster, and then you cloned the evil god and fought until dawn, successfully beheading the evil god. On the sixth day, you fought against the evil all night, got some injuries, and rested for a day in the ruined temple. On the seventh day, you were on your way in the mountains, and the fog filled you. You got lost. The eighth day. Continue to get lost. On the ninth day, you encountered a group of evil spirits in the mountains. 16 evil spirits carried a coffin and walked in front of you. You didn't act rashly, and the evil spirits just glanced at you and left. On the 10th day, you finally walked out of the mountain and came to the territory of Liang State. On the 10th day, you sold the corpse of the beheaded monster in the mountains and got a lot of money. On the 12th day, you participated in the sect disciple trial of the well-known decent sect of Liangguo, the Ascension sect. On the 13th day, your Mahayana holy body was discovered, the elders of the Ascension sect took you away, and you died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over, you can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over, the simulation time, 13 days, the system cooling time, 13 minutes. Zhao Hao stood quietly on the spot, speechless for a long time. I wiped it, right and wrong are the same, shameless. It's a death to walk on the mountain road, and it's a death to walk on the water road. It's the same with the cultivators. The righteous way and the evil way will take me away. System, I'll just stay in this small village. Zhao Hao said to the system helplessly. Ding, please pay attention to the host, the initial point is the novice village. If the host does not go out from here, after a month, the catastrophe will come, and it will be irreversible. Zhao Hao accepted his fate. In order to live safely after crossing, he must plan the most perfect route. After thinking for a while, Zhao Hao listed all the news he got today. Widow Zhang's family has a book of unnamed swordsmanship, and when she cultivates to the end, she can give birth to many swordsmanships. On the 4th day, a robber came back. After killing him, he could get an iron sword. There is a small river next to the village. Drifting along the small river, you can enter a big river. There are monsters like big fish in the big river, as well as water ghosts, etc. After going ashore from the big river, it is a wilderness, and supplies are scarce. There are jackals attacking. At the end of the wilderness, there is a small town, where there will be 2 sects accepting apprentices. There is an evil temple in the mountain, and there are monsters and evil gods in it. The strength is not strong, and the swordsmanship can handle it. There is also a group of evil spirits carrying coffins in the mountains, and they did not attack themselves. It cannot be discovered by the Xiaoxian sect, because of physical reasons. If it is discovered, it will be taken away. After editing all the news in the memo, Zhao Hao nodded with satisfaction. There is a lot of information collected today, so he can rest. Slowly, Zhao Hao fell asleep. In the dream, Zhao Hao successfully relied on the immortal cultivation simulator to slay the immortals, slaughter the demons and slaughter the gods, and finally became a generation of Emperor Haoshan. When the sun shone on Zhao Hao's face again, Zhao Hao, who had rested all night, turned over and got up, skillfully ordered a breakfast takeaway, and started to wash. While cleaning up his personal hygiene, he said to the system. System, start the Immortal Cultivation Simulation. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is on. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently you can choose the talents of Immortal Cultivation, Tiger Fighting Hero, Longli Baidiao, Blacksmith's Son, Pill Apprentice. There wasn't a single red talent, not even a golden one. Zhao Hao chose 3 talents without hesitation. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Tiger Fighting Hero, blue talent, strength increases by 30, and damage to tiger monsters increases by 50%. White stripes in the waves, blue talent, agility plus 20, can swim quickly underwater, and can hold breath for up to 12 hours underwater. Elixir Apprentice, white talent, add 5 to intelligence, know a little about the effects of herbs, and the success rate of making medicine pills is 1%. The simulation begins. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. The next day, you felt that you sneaked into Widow Zhang's house, found the nameless swordsmanship, and began to concentrate on training. On the 3rd day, you are very talented, and you have learned swordsmanship quickly. In just one day, you have realized several sword chi, and your swordsmanship has been accomplished. On the 4th day, a robber came and obtained the iron sword. On the 5th day, continue to practice swordsmanship. On the 6th day, continue to practice swordsmanship. On the 13th day, your swordsmanship reached the realm of transformation. The village chief told you that you are now a first-class master in the martial arts. You are very happy, thinking that you can finally enter the world. On the 14th day, you were holding an iron sword and thinking about going into the mountains to practice. You encountered a group of evil spirits in the mountains. 16 evil spirits were carrying a box. They attacked you. You were outnumbered and died in battle. You are dead. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 14 days, the system cooling time, 14 minutes. It's weird. I remember it wasn't a coffin. Why did it turn into a box this time? Zhao Hao opened the memo recorded yesterday with some uncertainty, made sure that he remembered correctly, and finally came to a conclusion after thinking for a while. And the village chief, this is a new NPC, you must study it carefully. Soon, the ordered takeout was delivered. After eating and drinking, Zhao Hao walked out of the house again, wanting to try to collect some good cultivation talents. After wandering aimlessly for a while, I found that most of the ordinary people collected blue and white talents. Just when Zhao Hao was at a loss. Ding! The purple immortal talent pool has been expanded. Hey! Purple! Zhao Hao had a look of joy on his face, and when he looked up, he was already standing on an antique street. Antique street? Could it be that you can also gain cultivation talent from antiques? Although it was a bit difficult to understand, Yu read www.yuyuganshu.com but did not delay at all. Zhao Hao wandered around the antique street. Ding! The purple immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The orange cultivation talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The purple immortal talent pool has been expanded. Ding! The white immortal talent pool has been expanded. Gradually, Zhao Hao's face began to show a happy look, because he found that these advanced cultivation talents were really extracted from those antiques. After wandering around the antique street for a while, and finally failing to collect high-level cultivation talents, Zhao Hakai sighed and walked out of the antique street. Ask, what is the first thing a person who knows he will travel through, or who knows that the city will be surrounded by zombies soon? Of course, it is to get money and materials. That's what Zhao Hao thought and did. All kinds of chanting and gold bars on his mobile phone were all cashed out by him, and he got 70,000 yuan. Still not satisfied, Zhao Hao started looking for various loan companies. Whether it's a 3-point profit or 13 out of 9, all agree, as long as you can get the money. In just half a day, the funds in Zhao Hao's hands went from a few thousand yuan at the beginning to more than 400,000 yuan. Looking at the time travel countdown, there are still 2 hours before it will be reset. Zhao Hao also started a rare walk. With money in his hand, he didn't panic, and he was walking around in the courtyard. Suddenly, a temple appeared in front of Zhao Hao. Hey! White Horse Temple! Isn't this the first ancient temple in my country, the world-famous Jialan? Isn't it in Luoyang? Why did you come here? I walked in and saw it on the stone tablet next to the temple. The branch of the White Horse Temple was founded by the White Horse Temple United Co., Limited. Forward. Although somewhat speechless, Zhao Hao walked directly into the door. This branch of the White Horse Temple is not very grand, but it can also be seen that the decoration is very particular. Some of the main temples have made imitations here. After buying the tickets, Zhao Hao walked directly into the middle hall. Looking at the many Buddha statues enshrined there, Zhao Hao suddenly had an idea in his mind. From antiques, you can extract the talent of cultivating immortals. It makes no sense that you can't extract it from Buddha statues. Thinking of this, Zhao Hao suddenly became happy and walked directly to a statue of Guanyin Bodhisattva. Ding! The golden immortal talent pool has been expanded. Sure enough. Zhao Hao suddenly became excited, and even a Guanyin extracted a golden immortal talent for himself, which was worth it. He hurriedly started walking in front of the various Buddha statues. Ding! 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 Along the way, I collected more than 10 talents for cultivating immortals, and the worst one was the orange talent. I have to say that these monks have great talents for cultivating immortals. Finally, after taking out almost all the Buddha statues, Zhao Hao came to the Buddha statue of Tathagata in the middle. He didn't get any hints. Zhao Hao looked a little suspicious. He directly stepped over the fence, came to the Buddha statue, and patted his palm directly on the Buddha statue. Snapped! The pure metal Buddha statue of Tathagata was directly photographed with a palm print. Ding! The red immortal cultivation talent pool has been expanded. Hey! Humph! Don't be violent, and hide it for the young master. Zhao Hao has begun to admire his own brain. Suddenly Zhao Hao felt something in his heart and suddenly raised his head to look at the Buddha statue of Tathagata. At that moment, he seemed to see the Buddha statue come to life and was looking down at him. Time and space are frozen for an instant. Sir, sir, where is not allowed to enter, come out quickly. The little novice in the White Horse Temple, seeing Zhao Hao crossing the fence and running under the Buddha statue, hurried over to call. This made Zhao Hao's meaning sober. Well, I see, I just want to see the stalwart of the Buddha up close. Feeling a little weird, Zhao Hao also directly shook his head, turned and walked out of the temple. And what Zhao Hao didn't pay attention to, the palm print he just took has completely disappeared, and the Buddha statue automatically returns to its original appearance. Zhao Hao, who walked out of the White Horse Temple, suddenly had a very wonderful idea. Since the Buddhist side can extract the red immortal talent, it makes no sense that other sects cannot extract it. But after thinking about it carefully, the city I am in is a small city after all, and if there is a White Horse Temple, it is already the dominant family. If you want to go to a place with a larger sect-like building, you need to go out. Anyway, a red immortal talent has been collected today, so Zhao Hao didn't leave in a hurry. He hurriedly ate lunch outside and went home directly. Ding! The cultivation talent bar will be reset. After a system prompt, Zhao Hao looked at the countdown on the light curtain. It happened that 24 hours had passed. System, start the Immortal Cultivation Simulation. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is on. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently you can choose to cultivate immortal talents, Buddhist monks, Vajra body, Lotus body, Buddha reincarnation. I'm going, the quality is so high, how come there is no red talent? Most of the immortal cultivation talents that appeared this time are purple and orange, and there are even 2 gold colors. Unfortunately, there is no red immortal cultivation talent. Zhao Hao watched it for a while and picked the 3 best talents. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Buddha reincarnation, golden talent, comprehension plus 150, intelligence plus 70, learning speed of Buddhist practice plus 10, Buddhism plus 60. The body of the King Kong, golden talent, increase your physique by 200, and learn physical exercises, you can get double the effect. The simulation begins. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianwu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. The next day, you sneaked into Widow Zhang's house, found the nameless swordsmanship, and began to concentrate on training. On the third day, you are very talented, and you have learned swordsmanship quickly. In just one day, you have realized several sword chi, and your swordsmanship has been accomplished. On the 4th day, a robber came and obtained the iron sword. On the 5th day, you suddenly remembered that there were other people in the village who secretly sneaked into the village chief's house and found a copy of the Buddhist practice, the Vajra indestructible body protection magic. Deo talent, directly cultivated to Dachan. On the 6th day, continue to practice the magic of the Vajra indestructible body protection. On the 15th day, you reading www.yuyuganshu.com, you have cultivated the magic power of indestructible body protection to perfection, and your body is made of steel and iron, and you have reached the realm of invulnerability. On the 16th day, you walked into the mountains and wanted to practice in the mountains. In the ruined temple, you killed a group of demons and the avatar of the evil in the temple. On the 17th day, the outside world is still full of fear for you. You are inspired to exercise yourself in the mountains. After killing dozens of monsters in the mountains, you find that deep in the mountains, there is another magnificent the temple. On the 18th day, you walked into the temple and found that this is an evil temple. What you killed before was just the evil clone of the abandoned evil temple. You once again showed your strength and fought against the evil god. How to fight is the most important thing. At the moment, 16 evil spirits carrying jars came in from outside. You and the evil spirits, plus the evil spirits, continued to fight, and finally died of exhaustion. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 18 days, the system cooling time, 18 minutes. Zhao Hao didn't have any expression on his face. He just opened the memo on his phone and started recording. This is the third group of evil spirits discovered. This time they are carrying a jar, and the other two are carrying a coffin and a box. What is inside is unknown for the time being. In this mountain, I don't know how many groups of evil spirits there are, but the one carrying the coffin didn't attack the one I encountered, and the others would attack. Deep in the mountains, there is an evil temple. The evil clone in it is much stronger than the one in the broken temple. The village chief's family has a copy of the magic of the Vajra indestructible body protection. After all the records were completed, Zhao Hao put down his phone and said to the system, "System, extract the body of the King Kong." Ding! The immortal cultivation talent has been extracted. In an instant, Zhao Hao felt that the muscles all over his body began to swell, and the blood moon all over his body began to heat up. It took more than 10 minutes for him to digest. After integrating the body of the King Kong, Zhao Hao's whole body exudes a faint golden light, and there is a faint Buddha light radiating from his body. After waiting for a while, Zhao Hao directly started the next simulation. I randomly selected 3 talents and started the simulation directly. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. On the 15th day, you slaughtered the evil temple in the mountains, slaughtered the demons, and headed towards the evil temple in the depths. On the 16th day, in the evil temple deep in the mountains, you fought against the evil god, but at the most critical moment, 16 evil spirits came in from outside carrying bottles, and you beheaded the evil spirits and evil spirits. Just when you wanted to open the bottle and see what was inside, a left leg flew out of the bottle and kicked you to death. You are dead. Zhao Hao's eyes lit up when he saw the reminder this time. Inside the bottle, there was actually a stump. By the same reason, it can be concluded that the other things carried by the evil spirits also contained stumps. It kicked me to death with one kick. It seems that these stumps are very powerful. Soon, the cooldown time was over. Zhao Hao opened the simulator again, and randomly selected 3 talents. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. On the 15th day, you came to the evil temple again, first beheaded the evil god, then fought the evil ghost to death, and finally got a headshot by the left arm in the big vat, and you died. When he regained consciousness again, Zhao Hao's brows could not help wrinkling. He had already practiced the perfect Vajra indestructible body protection technique, and his swordsmanship was also a great success, but why couldn't he beat those stumps? After resting for a while, Zhao Hao decided to explore the village well this time, and then enter the mountain. System: open the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Brush. A dazzling red light appeared on the light curtain in front of Zhao Hao. Currently, you can choose to cultivate immortal talents: a natural Buddha, a prince with a jade face, a heart of compassion, and a long life. Without any hesitation, Zhao Hao decisively chose the red cultivation talent. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. The body of the King Kong, golden talent, increase your physique by 200, and learn physical exercises, you can get double the effect. Natural Buddha child, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes. Born Buddha child, a candidate for Buddha, can comprehend Buddhist supernatural powers by himself, and can practice all Dharma. Jade-faced Lang Jun, blue talent, add 30 to your charm, and your attraction to the opposite will be greatly enhanced. Heart of compassion, purple talent, lucky plus 50, with compassion, saving all beings, ordinary demons, not clothes. The simulation begins. On the first day, you traveled to a small village at the foot of Tianyu Mountain. You were inspired to become a great practitioner and live forever, but you know that there are monsters in the broken temple in the mountains, and you did not choose to act rashly. The next day, you sneaked into Widow Zhang's house and wanted to steal the nameless swordsmanship. Unexpectedly, Widow Zhang was at home. Widow Zhang was surprised when she saw your skeleton, and you looked handsome. You had with her and only returned home in the evening. On the third day, you felt that there was nothing to do, you missed Widow Zhang a little, and went to someone's house again to have fun, and you didn't go home until midnight. On the fourth day, you made a decision. Xiaoxian has Widow Zhang for fun, and the village is very safe. You went to Widow Zhang's house again and had a romantic relationship. This time, instead of going home, you just stayed at someone else's house. On the 13th day, you suddenly realized that a man was born between heaven and earth. How could you? You just wanted to get up, but was grabbed by Widow Zhang, and today continue to have fun. On the 21st day, Widow Zhang's relatives are here today. You have the opportunity to show revenge in your heart and want to embark on the road of immortality. However, Widow Zhang pointed at her back and her mouth. You are helpless. Give up and continue the love of fish and water. On the 23rd day, even the Mahayana holy body, a born Buddha child, was defeated by a woman's body. You stepped on your light legs and walked into the mountain to collect jujubes and honey for Widow Zhang. When you encounter monsters on the road, you have no power to fight back, and you die in the hands of monsters. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 23 days, the system cooling time, 23 minutes. Zhao Hao stood quietly in the same place, his face was red and his ears were red, and he was speechless for a long time. Originally, I wanted to show off my power and collect more clues, but I didn't expect that when I saw the widow, the Tao became empty. I thought that with the help of 2 red immortal talents, I would be able to traverse the novice village, who knows? At TMD, when I meet Widow Zhang in the future, I will definitely take a detour. I am a Mahayana holy body and a born Buddha, and I have been sucked dry. This guy won't be a monster, Right. System: extract the natural talent of the Buddha, and replace the body of the King Kong. Ding! The immortal cultivation talent has been extracted. Amitabha. If I hear it. If there is a good man and a good woman. Hearing the name of the scriptures, the four realms are born. One after another Buddha figures appeared from the void, bowed to Zhao Hao in unison, said the Buddha's name, and then directly entered Zhao Hao's mind. Zhao Hao's head suddenly glowed brightly, and a appeared on his forehead. Amitabha, a born Buddha, is really powerful. Zhao Hao's original attributes were increased because of the Mahayana holy body, and he was already very perverted. Now that the bonus of a natural Buddha is coming, the thoughts in his mind suddenly became clear. That King Kong does not damage the body and protects the body, it's just a martial arts secret. Even if you practice it to perfection, its power is very ordinary, but it has the ability to automatically perceive the magical powers of Buddhism, and it is possible to directly perceive the body of the fuming king. There are 5 teams of evil ghosts, and they are escorting the 5 parts of the stump. If one part of the stump is very powerful, they must not be merged, or there will be no way. Well, this time the plan is a little more rigorous, trying to get out of the mountains. After planning in detail for a while, the cooling time finally ended. System: open the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently, you can choose the talents of Immortal Cultivation, Holy Body of Medicine Spirit, Family Bloodline, 5 Thunders, and Pet Master. The talents that appeared this time did not have any special talents. Zhao Hao chose 3 randomly again. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Natural Buddha Child, red talent, add 300 to all basic attributes. Born Buddha Child, a candidate for Buddha, can comprehend Buddhist supernatural powers by himself, and can practice all Dharma. Family Bloodline, purple talent, a random family bloodline, the specific effect is random. 5 Thunders, purple talent, your attack has a 1% chance to use the 5 Thunders spell. Pet Master, blue talent, the success rate of catching pets is increased by 50%. Simulation begins on the first day. You sneaked into Widow Zhang's house and found a book of unnamed swordsmanship, and you started to practice. On the second day, you sneaked into the village chief's house and obtained the magical power of protecting the body from the indestructible King Kong. You started to practice the magical power. On the third day, you practice swordsmanship during the day, and at night, you practice the magic of immortality and Vajra body protection. On the fourth day, the robbers attacked. You can easily kill them and get the iron sword. On the 15th day, your swordsmanship has reached the transmutation realm. Under the talent of the natural Buddha, it will automatically evolve into the swordsmanship of Arhats descending demons. Evolved into Fudoming Wang Gong. On the 16th day, you have mastered 2 Buddhist spells. You decided to go to the mountains to take revenge. You first killed all the monsters and evil clones in the ruined temple, and then you hid and began to check the movements of those evil spirits. Track. On the 17th day, you carefully observed the whole day. On the 18th day, you finally found an opportunity to enter and kill the evil god before a group of evil spirits approached the evil temple, and then you began to wait. Sure enough, a group of evil spirits arrived, with you, a master of the 2 major Buddhist practices, killed many evil ghosts without any effort, and blocked the sneak attack of the left leg of the stump. During the block, you accidentally triggered the 5 Thunders, and the thunder fell from the sky. The stump was broken. Suddenly there was a burst of howls and howls from the depths of the mountain. You sensed the crisis and fled back to the village. On the 19th day, more than 100 evil ghosts came to the entrance of the village. The leader was a hanged ghost with 500 years of cultivation. They didn't seem to dare to enter the village, but they still surrounded the village. The leading hanged ghost said, "Let the village handed you over." The village chief came to your house, looked at the Buddhist symbol on your head and fell into contemplation, and after a long time, he told you that the trouble you caused, you will solve it yourself. On the 20th day, the hanged ghosts kept gathering the evil ghosts. There were more than 300 evil ghosts gathered outside the village. In order not to harm the villagers, you held an iron sword and entered the crowd of evil ghosts. Yufa Ming Wang Gong, you easily killed all the evil ghosts and the hanged ghost, but you suddenly sensed the crisis. There was a male corpse with a missing left leg in front of you. You fought with him for 3 days and 3 nights, and finally died of exhaustion. You died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 20 days, the system cooling time, 20 minutes. Zhao Hao's eyes narrowed slightly as he collected more and more information. Judging from the information I have received now, the big man behind those evil spirits is this stump male corpse. The male corpse is very strong, and even if he is missing a thigh, he will still fight against him. As for those evil ghosts, and the newly appeared hanged ghost, Zhao Hao didn't take them to heart, and they could be wiped out. Well, I should kill as many of them as possible in the mountains. There are 5 stumps in total. As long as 2 or 3 stumps are destroyed, this male corpse should not be my opponent. With a very high intelligence bonus, Zhao Hao instantly thought of a solution. Just when Zhao Hao was about to rest for a while and start the simulation again, suddenly, under Zhao Hao's perception, not far from his house, an evil aura appeared. With the bonus of a born Buddha on his body, Zhao Hao is particularly sensitive to the evil aura, so he walked out of the house and walked towards the evil aura. The place where Zhao Hao lives is just a prefecture-level city. His site is still a suburb. There are not many high-rise buildings, most of which are bungalows. After walking about 1,000 meters, in front of Zhao Hao, a river appeared. The river was not deep, the sky was clear, and there was no problem. However, in Zhao Hao's eyes, in the depths of the river, there is a figure, quietly waiting in the water, silent and motionless. Hey! There are ghosts in this world. Zhao Hao thought to himself, reading www. The evil aura that yuganchu.com felt was emanating from this water ghost. The first time he saw a real water ghost, Zhao Hao didn't have any fear in his heart. With his current physique, but the Mahayana holy body plus a natural Buddha, a mere water ghost, how could it be enough? He walked directly into the river and walked in the direction of the water ghost. As the distance came, Zhao Hao realized that although the water ghost had loose hair and covered his face, he could vaguely see that it was a woman and could not see his face clearly. When the female ghost saw that someone came to the door, her eyes lit up, and the evil aura on her body surged a little again, and she stretched out her hands to grab Zhao Hao. Humph, wicked beast, seeing that you have a lot of resentment, you must have hurt a lot of people. Look at the poor monk. No, look at this seat accepting you. Zhao Hao, who didn't know any magic, stretched his hand forward habitually, but his speed was extremely fast, and he directly pinched the female water ghost's neck. Ding! The blue immortal talent pool has been expanded. Okay. Okay. 2 big question marks appeared on the heads of Zhao Hao and the female water ghost at the same time. Zhao Hao wondered why he was so fast, and he could catch ghosts with his bare hands, and ghosts could also provide talent for immortal cultivation. What the female water ghost doubts is: how could he possibly see me? How did I just get caught? The female water ghost counterattacked instantly, the hair behind her instantly grew longer and moved towards Zhao Hao. Zhao Hao was in a hurry and grabbed the female ghost's subconscious force. Bang! The female water ghost didn't react at all, and was directly crushed by Zhao Hao. Zhao Hao was completely stunned. What's the matter? Did he meet a porcelain ghost? After dealing with a kid, Zhao Hao noticed a difference in his heart. As a natural Buddha, I am very familiar with the induction of merit. After killing this female water ghost, I actually gained a little merit. Although it is not many, it is also very rare. Merit, but what all cultivators want is not only to increase their luck, but also to resist all kinds of disasters. Walking out of the river, Zhao Hao felt that he should have nothing to do. Since he can meet water ghosts, he will definitely meet stronger ghosts. Not only can he gain merit, but he can also expand his talent pool. Returning directly to the Taoist home, Zhao Hao looked at himself in the mirror, his eyes with golden light, and the symbol on his forehead. Hey, suddenly I feel a lot more handsome. After being narcissistic for a while, Zhao Hao said directly to the system. Continue to start the simulation. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. On the first day, you sneaked into Widow Zhang's house and found a book of unnamed swordsmanship, and you started to practice. On the second day, you sneaked into the village chief's house and obtained the magical power of protecting the body from the indestructible King Kong. You started to practice the magical power. On the third day, you practice swordsmanship during the day, and at night, you practice the magic of immortality and Vajra body protection. On the 22nd day, you killed a team of evil spirits and destroyed the left arm they transported. There was a terrifying roar from the mountain. You did not choose to go back to the village and continued to search for the evil spirit team in the mountains. On the 23rd day, you killed 2 evil ghost teams again, destroying 1 left leg and 1 right leg respectively. Instead of continuing to search, you chose to return to the village and wait for the rabbit. On the 24th day, dozens of evil ghosts came to the entrance of the village. The leader was a hanged ghost with 500 years of cultivation. They didn't seem to dare to enter the village, but they still surrounded the village. The leading hanged ghost said, "Let the village handed you over." The village chief came to your house, looked at the Buddhist mark on your head and fell into contemplation. After a long time, he told you that the trouble you caused, you should solve it yourself, but you did not immediately take action. On the 25th day, more and more evil ghosts gathered. You directly entered the group of ghosts by yourself, beheaded all the evil ghosts, and defeated the male corpse with only 1 arm and 1 head. You returned to the village with a great victory. The villagers are celebrating for you, and during the banquet, you saw that the village chief was a little hesitant to say anything. On the 26th day, you felt that the village chief looked a little weird, so you came to the village chief's house. The first sentence of the village chief revealed that you are in the air, and told you not to go out of the mountain at will, otherwise you will encounter a cultivator. Those who do, will definitely be taken away. On the 27th day, you had nothing to do in the village, and you came to Widow Zhang's house again to inquire about the immortal cultivators in this world. Widow Zhang took out this notebook from the cave of the heated Kong and wrote it to the Encyclopedia of Immortal Cultivation. On the 28th day, you learned a lot of basic knowledge about the world of immortal cultivation in the Encyclopedia of Immortal Cultivation. At this time, the village head came to look for you and told you that there are several evil temples in the mountain, and the evil god's name is Hulu. God, all the people who were killed before were the clones of the god of Hulu. If the god of Hulu is beheaded, there may be a way out of the village. On the 29th day, you decided to exterminate the evil spirits in the mountains. Before leaving, Widow Zhang stood at the entrance of the village and watched you leave with affection. On the 30th day, look for the evil god. On the 36th day, you lost your way in the mountains again, and came to a swamp for thousands of miles. Just as you were about to go back, a poisonous dragon suddenly pierced through the swamp. You didn't have any resistance, you died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 36 days, the system cooling time, 36 minutes. Hey! I lived a long time this time, but I didn't expect that not far from this mountain, there was actually a swamp with a poisonous dragon in it. Zhao Hao took a deep breath, took out his phone again, opened the memo and started recording. The Mahayana holy body, the natural Buddha, seems to have no hidden techniques. It is easy to be discovered by immortal cultivators. Once discovered, it will be taken away. The village chief said that after killing the evil god, there may be a way to get out of the village. Most likely it is a hidden treasure, or a hidden practice method. That poisonous dragon is very powerful, and it will be instantly killed when it touches it. It's better not to mess with it. After recording all the news obtained in this round, looking at the time, it was getting late. Zhao Hao directly turned on the computer and began to search for some places of interest. Because he already had a red talent from Buddhism, Zhao Hao did not search for temples, but mainly searched for places with ancient traditions. After searching for a while, several locations appeared on the book in front of Zhao Hao. Li Jizheng Temple is also known as Confucius Temple, Longhe Mountain, Wudang Mountain, Guandi Temple, the ancestor of Wu Temple, etc. It is very famous and has a long history of historical sites. I planned where I would go tomorrow, and I directly booked a plane ticket online. Yu reading www.yuuganshu.com chooses first class, it is so arrogant. System, continue to start the simulation. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. On the 28th day, more and more evil spirits gathered. You directly entered the group of ghosts by yourself, beheaded all the evil spirits, and defeated the male corpse with only 1 arm and 1 head. You returned to the village with a great victory. The villagers are celebrating for you, and during the banquet, you saw that the village chief was a little hesitant to say anything. On the 31st day, you destroyed the 5 temples of the snoring in the depths of the mountain, and finally found a huge statue of the evil on the top of the mountain. You rushed up and wanted to smash the statue of the evil god. A black shadow flew out from the statue of the evil god, and then turned into a wild boar as high as 20 feet. Only then did you discover that the evil god's snoring body turned out to be a wild boar spirit. Strong existence, you fought a battle with the boar, and you were killed, you died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over. You can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over. The simulation time, 31 days, the system cooling time, 31 minutes. The corners of Zhao Hao's mouth couldn't help twitching, and he closed the light curtain in front of him. I really didn't expect that the majestic evil Hulu, who dominates a mountain, would actually be a wild boar spirit, and even if he cultivated the 2 supernatural powers of Buddhism to a high degree, he would not be the opponent of the wild boar spirit. She quickly took out her phone and opened the memo. At the top of the mountain, there is a huge evil statue, which should be the body of the god of Hulu. The god of Hulu is a boar spirit. He is very powerful, but it is weaker than the poisonous dragon in the swamp. After finding the location of the snoring boar essence, the next step is to find a way to kill the boar essence and see if he can find a way to hide his physique. Zhao Hao lay on the bed and began to constantly organize his thoughts. Currently, it is obviously very difficult to defeat the boar essence in a short period of time. When he challenged the wild boar essence just now, his strength was already the strongest. If he couldn't defeat the wild boar essence, he had to find another way. Okay. Zhao Hao's eyes lit up instantly. He has a physique that defies the sky, but he can practice for a while. The system said that there is a 1-month limit, so he will practice until the 29th day, when his strength reaches the peak. Go and see if you can kill the boar essence. Do it as soon as he thinks of it. When the cooldown time of the simulator expired, Zhao Hao decisively turned on the simulator. System, open the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. You can only choose 3 of the following cultivation talents to start the Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Currently, you can choose the talents of Immortal Cultivation, the Blood of the Dragon, the Root of the Earth, the Descendant of the Butcher, the Mastery of Water Control. The Mahayana Holy Body, red talent add 300 to all basic attributes, a special physique that is rare in a million years, the most powerful martial arts holy body in the world, and the highest aptitude for all exercises in the world. When attacking, it can burst out twice the original attack. Natural Buddha child, red talent add 300 to all basic attributes. Born Buddha child, a candidate for Buddha, can comprehend Buddhist supernatural powers by himself, and can practice all Dharma. Dragon bloodline, orange talent add 50 to all attributes, and there is still a trace of dragon bloodline in the body. Against beasts and monsters, the damage is increased by 50%. Earth spirit root, purple talent comprehension is increased by 30, and the speed of absorbing spiritual energy is accelerated. The butcher's descendant, orange talent murderousness increases by 50, comes with family martial arts, pickling knife technique, and damage to livestock, beasts, and monsters is increased by 200%. Zhao Hao felt that the system seemed to give him a bludgeon, as if he knew his intentions, and directly gave him a super strong response. Simulation begins on the first day. You sneaked into Widow Zhang's house, found the nameless sword technique, and then entered the village chief's house, and obtained the magic technique of indestructible body protection, and then you took out the unique skill of the family, the pickling knife technique, and began to practice the three techniques at the same time. This recipe. On the second day, your physique is extraordinary, and soon you will learn all three secrets. On the third day, continue to practice. On the fourth day, the robbers attacked and got the iron slaying sword. You felt that the slaying iron sword was not suitable for the killing pig method, so you found the blacksmith Wang in the east of the village, gave him the iron slaying sword, and asked him to help build a pickling sword. Knife. On the 13th day, your swordsmanship has reached the realm of transformation. With the strengthening of the natural Buddha's innate talent, it will automatically evolve into the Arhat swordsmanship of descending demons. Your Vajra indestructible body protection magic has reached perfection. With the strengthening of the natural Buddha's talent, it will automatically evolve into the unmoving Ming Wang Gong. On the 14th day, you began to study the pickling knife technique with all your heart, and the pickling knife technique was completed. A trace of spiritual power appeared in your body. You hurriedly opened the Encyclopedia of Immortal Cultivation that you got under Widow Zhang's heated Kong. According to the introduction, you have entered the first realm of immortal cultivators, the realm of Qi training. On the 18th day, you don't know why the pickling knife method will give you spiritual power, and you continue to study hard. Finally, with the blessing of many talents, your pickling knife method has reached perfection. With the strengthening of talent, this secret book, Buddha Sutra, appeared in your mind, and you began to successfully enter the path of immortality. On the 19th day, you learned the lessons from the past and began to cultivate immortals with peace of mind, and your cultivation base increased rapidly. On the 25th day, relying on your powerful talent for immortal cultivation, you directly cultivated to the foundation building stage, and blacksmith Wang also completed the construction of the pickling knife. You think the time has not come, and you plan to cultivate until the last moment. On the 28th day, you reached the middle stage of the foundation building period. In order to verify your strength, you directly entered the mountains. In one day, you killed all the corpses of the little ghosts and destroyed all the evil temples. On the 29th day, the village is no longer surrounded by evil spirits today. You spend a day in the village repairing and keep your eyes on the top of the mountain in the distance. On the 30th day, the sky is covered with dark clouds. You have already noticed that when you are not leaving the village, the thunder will fall. You directly sacrifice the pickling knife, the royal knife flies, and goes straight to the top of the mountain, before the statue of the Hulu. You held a pickling knife and danced with murderous intent. With one knife, you smashed the statue of Snoring. A painful roar came out. The huge boar essence appeared again and charged directly at you. You urged the Buddha Sutra, and the boar essence in the battle. You will be able to kill the boar essence without any effort, and obtain the breath-holding technique. On the 31st day, you practiced breathing restraint on the top of the mountain. With your excessive aptitude, you achieved great success directly. With the innate talent of a born Buddha, you obtained the method of covering the sky, and you are preparing to leave the mountain to go out and cultivate. When you were in the fairyland, from the far horizon, a golden eagle flew over with a cultivator standing on it. The golden eagle broke your immortality with a single claw. The cultivator asked, "Did you kill his pet?" You were silent and unable to defend yourself, so you directly attacked the immortal cultivator and slashed at him with a knife. You were easily beaten, and you were seriously injured and fell into a coma. On the 32nd day, when you woke up again, you had been taken to an unfamiliar place. You saw a lot of evil gods around you, and you saw the immortal cultivator. He told you that since you killed if you have his pet, then he will sacrifice you into a new pet. You know from his mouth that he is from the refining god and demon sect. He can refine all kinds of creatures into evil gods, ready to be dispatched, and when he hears the cultivation of immortals, when the attacker wanted to make you a snoring boar essence, you couldn't bear it any longer, and you directly blocked you committed suicide, you died. This immortal cultivation simulation is over, you can permanently retain a cultivation talent and extract it into the real world. The immortal cultivation simulation is over, the simulation time, 32 days, the system cooling time, 32 minutes. Zhao Hao's complexion was extremely ugly, and it was really unsettled, and it was a wave after another. Open the collection memo and start recording. By killing the boar essence, you can obtain the skill breathing technique, which can be advanced to the master level, which can block the perception of the cultivator's own physique. The boar spirit is the pet of the cultivator of the refining demon sect. After killing it, it will face the danger of being hunted down. Recording this, Zhao Hao's mind moved, and he suddenly thought that if he didn't practice the breath-holding technique on the top of the mountain and escaped directly, would he avoid any monk of the refining demon sect, but after thinking about it, he felt that it was unlikely. Such a powerful cultivators, who do not have any means to hide themselves, will definitely find themselves. It was late at night, and Zhao Hao was still pacing in the room. There was simply no way to deal with the power of the cultivator of the refining demon sect. Moreover, because he has already acquired the talent of being born a Buddhist son today, there is no way to keep the talent of the butcher's successor. If there is no pickling knife and Buddha Sutra, he can't even beat the boar essence. Afterwards, Zhao Hao conducted several simulations. The best one was to barely kill the snoring boar. He was seriously injured. He was killed by the chasing cultivators of the refining demon sect. In all cases, they failed to kill the boar essence and were killed by the boar essence. As time gradually came to the middle of the night, Zhao Hao also felt that with his current talent, it was difficult to overcome this difficulty, so he lay directly on the bed and fell asleep. In the early morning, this was the third day that Zhao Hao obtained the immortal cultivation simulator, and there were still 7 days left before crossing the fantasy world. Early in the morning, Zhao Hao packed up and did not go to the simulation again. The cultivation talent bar has not been reset yet. Zhao Hao planned to collect the cultivation talent first. He took a taxi directly to the airport. The first flight in the morning was to fly to Longhe Mountain in the west. Since Zhao Hao was a first-class customer, he was warmly received by the flight attendant. Zhao Hao doesn't have the feeling of pretending to be a fork. My brother is destined to become an immortal and become an ancestor. A mere mortal woman, a Neng is worthy of me. So, Zhao Hao kept an indifferent face and lay down directly on his seat. Seeing Zhao Hao like this, the flight attendant was not bothered. The city where Zhao Hao is located is very far from Zhangzi Longhe Mountain. Even by plane, it takes more than 3 hours. With his eyes closed, Zhao Hao gradually fell asleep. This is a large passenger plane with a passenger capacity of about 300 people. First class, business class, and economy class, the layout is for 20 people, 30 people, and 250 people. Due to an earlier reason, Zhao Hao was the only one in the first class cabin, and there were 30 or 50 people in the cabins behind. The plane flew for an hour. Zhao Hao was asleep, his nose suddenly moved, and an unpleasant breath entered Zhao Hao's mind directly. What? Zhao Hao's eyes opened instantly. The aura came from the economy class. It wasn't an unpleasant smell. In it, there was an evil aura that made Zhao Hao extremely sensitive. It's this evil atmosphere again? Is there a ghost on the plane? It's impossible. If there was, I should have discovered it long ago. Zhao Hao became suspicious. Coincidentally, the flight attendant who was serving the first-class cabin saw Zhao Hao wake up and came forward to hand him a drink. He wanted to scare Zhao Hao. Sir, where we are now, not long ago, a supernatural event happened. A whole plane disappeared immediately, and no traces have been found yet. After Zhao Hao heard this, his eyes suddenly lit up, he turned his head and looked directly out the window. Sure enough, on the route of their plane, there was a plane flying parallel to it. It turned out to be a ghost airliner. I never thought that my world would be so extraordinary. Zhao Hao got up directly, gave the flight attendant an ambiguous look, turned his head and walked towards the business class behind him. The flight attendant was a little puzzled, but she didn't stop Zhao Hao's behavior. Opening the hatch, Zhao Hao's eyes were filled with green mist. The dozens of people in the business class had all fallen into a coma at this time, including the several flight attendants serving here, and there were traces of dark black marks on their eyebrows. Not a ghost? What is that? Zhao Hao didn't act rashly, the green mist was obviously not a simple ghost. Ah, what's the matter, Sister Zhang, Sister Li, what's the matter with you? The space that followed Zhao Hao and saw the fainted people suddenly exclaimed, and wanted to go up to check the situation, but was grabbed by Zhao Hao. Don't move, it's weird. Zhao Hao said to the stewardess then reacted and hurriedly retreated behind Zhao Hao. First, sir, what's going on here, what should we do, should we call the police? The flight attendant said in a trembling voice. No hurry, can you see any gas? Zhao Hao asked the flight attendant somewhat uncertainly. What gas? No, they all fainted, so scary. The stewardess took Zhao Hao's foot, and her slender and round thighs were obviously shaking again. It's so weird. Cannot see it. Zhao Hao still knew in his heart that it seemed that only he could see the green gas and the ghost plane flying parallel to the passenger plane outside the window. Hey? Here. Zhao Hao has been keeping an eye on the ghost plane, and at this moment, on the plane, one after another figure has started to jump out of the plane, coming towards this side. At the same time, the plane was flying right below. A group of soldiers in military uniforms are activating this piece of cool-looking equipment, chasing after something urgently. Colonel Bai, the supernatural radar shows that the JK521 airliner disappeared, and Yuyuganshu www.yuyuganshu.com reappeared. It has now been eyeing the LH750 airliner, whether to physically destroy it. In Command Chariot Mountain, a staff member was reporting to a heroic female colonel beside him. Has it finally appeared? Are there any living people on the LH750 passenger plane? Bai Bing asked the staff. Bai Bing, the team leader of the Supernatural Special Operations Team, the rank of colonel, the current task is to solve the ghost plane JK521 passenger plane that destroyed many passenger planes. Reporting to the colonel, the life detector shows that there are currently 5 living people on the LH750 passenger plane. The positions should be the 2 captains, and the passengers or staff in the first-class cabin. After the staff checked the radar, they directly reported the truth. Is there any chance to save them? Bai Bing was a little unbearable. Although she was the team leader of the supernatural team, it was still very undecided for her to give orders to kill civilians. Reporting to the colonel, the LH750 passenger plane is currently 11,000 kilometers away from the ground, and there is absolutely no possibility for the people on it to survive. Unfortunately, which staff member directly rejected Bai Bing's unrealistic idea. Surrounded by a whole supernatural ghost airliner, the people inside must be dead and alive, and there is no need to rescue them at all. If that's the case, then prepare for the bombardment. Under Bai Bing's order, those strategic armors that had been chasing the aircraft, transformed directly during the movement. One by one, the Dong F-35 strategic missiles were all aimed at the passenger aircraft flying in the air, with a total of 50. These are all specially treated missiles, which can cause great damage to supernatural creatures, achieving the dual effect of physical destruction and spiritual destruction.